I mean, the amount of like just total just bullshit that you have to get through on YouTube to see like a genuine video sometimes for something blows my mind.
Yeah.
Like it just takes so long sometimes.
Yeah. It's the complete opposite of when we had like the Anita Sarkeesian sort of era where every game was, we're just in that stage now where it's like we're on the opposite side of the spectrum. Yeah. And I feel like that bubble's popped. Like it seems like people now kind of getting over it. I've noticed when you see those things on Twitter or in whatever, like people are really kind of responding now. Like, yeah, like this is just a stupid fucking argument. So, like I said, 2025, man, let's just kind of move back to talking about games.
For sure.
Yeah.
So,
I have something for you.
All right, guys, 3 questions each. I will pick randomly since G-Man's gotten the first deference on most of these. Let's switch it up. Let's go to Kirk first on this one. Alrighty. Question numero uno. What do you try to do to make the world a little better?
I guess kind of what we were just talking about. Throw out the positivity in the videos, man. keep people entertained on their lunch breaks, you know.
Yeah.
Talk about games. Yeah.
The good stuff.
Yeah.
All right. What's your favorite ritual?
My favorite ritual? I don't know. I definitely like to bust open my Book of the Dead at night and, you know, recite some incantations. That's for sure. Right now, honestly, like I try to wake up a little early every morning, cup of coffee, get an hour of gaming in before I'm editing. That's kind of the ritual right now to keep myself a little sane. I do, yeah. Get it out of the way in the morning. In fact, when I figured out that little hack when I was actually making and recording some videos. If I had time, record your gameplay in the morning and write in the morning because your brain is more alert. Because I discovered if I was gaming at like 9 or 10, then I was like, I don't have thoughts on this. That's
not me before food, thoh.
Yeah,
or an energy drink or something.
Yeah, 3 coffees and 10 cigarettes, and maybe then I'm ready to go.
all I need is a little caffeine,
If I can go on a weird little rant here, you should absolutely look into like those, this is going to sound super Joe Rogan-y, but look into like MCT oil and like cordyceps and all that lion's mane shit, man. You put that in your coffee in the morning and you are like buzzing for the rest of the day. It absolutely works. Yeah, you got to look into that.
Yeah, I take cordyceps lion's mane pretty much every day.
It's so good.
Not that I forget, but
if you forget, you notice you feel like a zombie.
Yeah, you definitely notice. It makes a difference.
Yeah, your body's getting like hooked on it. You just have, if you don't take it.
If you start making clicking noises, though, you should probably stop.
Having a little bit too much fun, guy.
Alrighty, Kirk. The last one I got for you is: what assumption have you made that ended up being correct?
Sheesh. I don't even know. Assumption I've made. That's so general. I got to think about that for a second.
Yeah, it's pretty broad.
Maybe go with prediction or something like that. Like maybe if you had a take that was like ahead of its time or something like that.
Doom 3 shotgun.
Best melee weapon in the world. It's the best.
That's my favorite. That's my favorite response to that. It's like it's true for everybody. Like no one can technically argue. It's like yeah, that kind of makes sense. That's like kind of a for and kind of a con.
Oh my gosh, I'm trying to think desperately. I have one, but it's kind of lame. It's not lame. Not lame if you're a fan of the series, but it doesn't really relate to this. But they just announced the new Avatar series, Last Airbender. You guys into that? So I called that years ago, where I was like, they're just gonna do it. Like 100 years in the future, every series they'll do a new bender. I'm telling you, that's it. And but I know I have something better along those lines. I can't think of it at the moment.
Hey, it works.
Watch that be the only part of the video that gets a specific comment. It's just that one guy's like, finally, someone said it. Mr. G-Man, first question I got for you is, let me read it because it's long. What is something you thought would be a great idea, but was terrible when you actually did it?
Jesus. Specifically, does it have to be gaming related?
Anything. Wide open as you want it to be.
God. Jesus. I should have prepped this beforehand. I don't know, man. There's
a reason we didn't tell you.
Yeah, I know. Actually, okay, yeah, this is real life. So, yeah, someone was like, I was super keen on trying Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, if I can even pronounce it. And then all these people recommended it. It's like, it's really good for strength and whatever, blah, blah, blah. So I went to it. the first person I grappled with was like a 19-year-old girl who was half my size. So I thought, oh, this will be easy. I stood up while she had me in a leg thing, and she almost like blew my knee off when I stood up. She had me like a wrap thing. My knee almost like felt like my knee exploded out.
Shit.
And that was the end of my jiu-jitsu career. So there you go. Yeah.
At least you went out on top.
That was it.
And I still see her like every now and then because she must live in our area. Like I'll be driving around, and I see her like walking around. I'm like, there's that girl who almost like destroyed me for life. Turned me into like Venom G-Man. You know what I mean?
Venom G-Man. I love it.
All right, here's a good one for you. What studio should be tasked with making a Quake reboot, if not id Software's software?
I've been hyping. I really want Machine Games to do it. I think they can nail it.
Yeah.
They'd be my choice. I mean, I'm sorry, those recent campaigns they put into Quake 1 and 2 remastered were great. I mean, and I know they want to do it. I know they desperately want to do it. But yeah, that'd be my first pick. What about you, G?
No, great. Yeah, like that's a no-brainer. It has to be Machine Games. Like the Quake mapping stuff they did was like better than the original, I would say, in a lot of ways. And it showed like you can still make stuff that feels like it's from the 90s, but also like super modern and advanced at the same time. But yeah, Machine Games.
They made the stuff connecting Quake 1 and Quake 2 as well.
Yeah,
so
that was wild.
And that was when I had my ultra wide screen, and I remember playing through that whole thing in ultra wide, and it was like a religious experience playing through that map pack for the first time. So much fun. Yeah.
I'm curious if Raven Software will be unshackled from the Call of Duty mines and be able to go back to making the sort of games that they used to make, because I'd like to see their take on it.
No, I definitely agree with that, but I was saying, like, my hot take is I think Raven should stick with Call of Duty because of how good the Black Ops 6 campaign was. I mean,
that's fair.
That was like...
Yeah.
Like, it was cool. Like, I don't even want just theirs. That's how Call of Duty should be from now on. Like, it should be a collection of, like... It was almost like every level felt like a little short film, almost.
Yeah.
Every level was its own thing. One was a heist.
Yeah.
One was
They
espionage,
kind of started
one was
that
this.
with Cold War. Like, it kind of started with Cold War with the way they were kind of structuring it, and then they moved that into 6. I mean, the same with Cold War, but they took everything they did in Cold War and, like, upped it with 6. So it's like, the campaign of Black Ops 6, I mean, you have a whole hub. Every mission is vastly different. I mean, you have, like, a almost, Hitman-like mission taking out a dude on a yacht, and then you're like getting out. You can stealth it out, or you can shoot your way out. There's like, I mean, most missions have some kind of variance on like how you go about doing them. Some of them it's very like, Hitman type thing where it's like, oh, you can do this, this, or this, and it's like 3 options that all have relatively the same outcome. But the fact that there's options was cool, and like every level's kind of big, but not like super big. And I mean, there was just so much more there. And then as the game goes on, it just gets crazier and crazier and crazier. It's like a whole roller coaster ride from beginning to end. And the further it goes, the crazier it gets. I mean, you end up having boss battles and all kinds of crazy stuff near the end. So yeah, it gets wild, and it's good though. It's great.
Alrighty. If you were required to have a job of some type, but you didn't need the money from it to survive, what job would you choose?
Gosh. Shit. Gosh. Yeah, these are good questions. Damn.
Sanitation.
This is what we don't tell the guests them beforehand. Get that genuine
I need
response.
some more lines, man, to kind of process that question. Far out, man.
Underground DJ.
I reckon like being one of those like tour guide people who take you around. Even that's such a lame answer. No, that's you know what? No, okay, ski instructor. Yeah, I like skiing. I'm pretty big on skiing. I reckon being a ski instructor, but ski instructors make the shittest money.
Yeah.
But yeah, if I could just do that, and yeah, that's a fun job teaching people how to ski. You get to ski as well.
Hobby style like job, you have to like sacrifice money for the enjoyment of the job. I think it's like the shittiest thing about hobby jobs.